Dave Leduc.
They just know David Rams. Right?
Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, man.
We've met before, obviously, and we met because I came across you as you're a world champion fighter and a vegan. And the last time we spoke, I found out that you're not just a plant-based poser. Like there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. If someone's a plant-based poser, go for it.
Maybe poser meaning
just like someone who's just like, I guess not posers, plant-based for health. You know?
Okay.
You're not one of those people, right? Which was a big shock to me. And we stayed in touch and then now we're here. But for those who don't know who you are, what kind of championship fighter are you? Like, who the fuck is this guy?
Well, man, there's a lot to unbox here, a lot to unroll here. But yeah, I just want to add on what you said is so true. But I feel like people that are on plant-based for health they have a way they might you call it not sustain that lifestyle, you know,
right, totally.
I feel like but we'll get that later.
You're totally right.
Well, I fight Burmese bare knuckle boxing, which is the most you know, how do you call it, the most controversial form of fighting because it's the last one that remains in the world that allows headbutts. So you can do, we talk a lot of this, like headbutts. It's no gloves, so you fight bare knuckle. Takedowns allowed, kill to win. So there's no judges, unlike people watch UFC or other forms of combat sports. There's a judge. So at the end of the fight, they choose the winner. But in Litway, Burmese kickboxing, whatever you want to call it. Their form of kickboxing is that every limb of your body is allowed, and if you don't have a KO at the end of the fight, well, the fight is scored a draw, which is kind of very like intuitive. Like it's easy to understand. Like your grandmother, my grandmother can understand. Like if there's no like guy lying on the floor, well, it's easy. But if the guy's lying on the floor, well, you know who's the winner. So it's easy. I like that part. I like that part, although it's a bit harder for me because, like if you dominate the guy and every other sports like MMA, Muay Thai, kickboxing, you dominate the guy for, 5 rounds, he's bloody. I have nothing on my face. And, another sport, it would be like a decision win for me, right? But in Litway, it would be a draw. So it kind of like I respect the tradition. I love that because it's about honors, like last man standing. You're still standing. Let's go. We're all winners. But it's like, man, I won. Like I fucked you up. Like I kicked your ass, And
this is how you've you have the championship, and you've never been beaten, right?
No.
And this is part of that, right? You've dominated every one of them, but I guess that it can work to your advantage too. That if you had a particularly bad fight, as long as you don't get knocked out, you still don't lose, right?
True, for sure, yeah. It's all about like you have to be the king. You have to beat the king. You have to kill the king. So you want to be the king of the jungle. You have to kill the king of the jungle.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure. But it makes it harder to gain the throne initially because you have to have you can dominate the champion, but then it's a draw. So then so you have to like, incapacitate him first, and then but there would be you would be stripped if you would be running, if you'd be passive, like if you're just like passive. They'd be like, what the fuck? What kind of champion are you? The federation will remove you. So but I really have the country of Myanmar. Like for those who don't know, Burma, you from the UK, you guys dominated not dominated, but you guys colonized the Myanmar back in the days.
Right.
And now we changed from Burma to Myanmar. And there's obviously so many things happening right now in Myanmar. It's crazy. It's breaking my heart. Some of my friends are under, it's basically countries under military dictatorship, and it's completely really bad right now. So I don't want to put this too much on the podcast, but I have basically the voice of these 55 million people on my back. So it's more than Litway now. It's more than the sport,
Yeah, they've got big respect for you, right? Yeah. And what you achieved for the country, and I think you did a lot of work trying to put their country on the map as well, and trying to gain more respect for them. And even got you in trouble with some of the countries, right? Because True. So I know some.
Yeah, I want to make sure that everybody respects the culture, respects the honor of the sport of the country. And some people, before we came in the sport a couple of years ago, 2016, they didn't even know where Myanmar was on the map. Like some people didn't even know what country it was. So even less the sport, their national sport. So then I did reverse engineering. Let's put the sport on the map. And then, now people are going to be like, I want to go to Myanmar. I want to learn that sport. I want to. So you start with a sport, and then everybody comes in and like they want to taste the food, they want to taste the culture. So yeah, but now all this has come to a halt, which is really a shame because of the military coup d'etat, you know. So yeah.
Right. And it's the thing is with we won't go too far into this, but I guess it's part of the Western hypocrisy. Like a lot of people in the West are obsessed with Western stuff, and they don't even, the news won't even cover something like this.
I was the only one, or you know, from call it, let's say Westerner covering it like on a daily basis on my page. I was calling out the UN all the time, and they didn't give a fuck. I'm sorry, like it was really, and they were poisoning wells, they were burning down houses, they were, you know, it was really bad. But now we only hear about the same countries, you know, as much as we didn't hear about Syria, we didn't hear about, you know, what's happening in Iraq. Like now we hear only about Ukraine. It's all a shame everywhere, but like let's cover everywhere. And what's happening in Myanmar is it's in my adoptive country, is like most people don't even know what it happened. You know? And it's people dying all the time. And so like for me it sucks. Like if we're you know, I want to help all the oppressed. We want to help everybody in Ukraine, we want to help everybody everywhere. But let's not forget the smaller countries that are not as cool potentially.
Well, yeah. There's loads of like political reasons they don't cover this stuff, and the media won't cover it because it doesn't benefit the right people.
Exactly.
Or it benefits the right people to not talk about it. Is usually how it goes. Which is
good point.
That's the whole fucking podcast we could do about that.
Oh yeah.
Just by itself, that'll be a whole fucking thing. You glossed over the head button. Yeah. You glossed over using all the limbs. You said that really quickly, and I think for a lot of people, they're not quite.
Do you think people want to hear about these details?
I don't think they're quite understanding what it really fucking means. And also just to reiterate, you are a vegan as well. So I guess it's kind of surprising for some people to hear that there's some vegan dude out there who's got all this compassion for animals, with compassion for people too, who also would step into the ring with another human and use every limb on their body to get the fuck out of them. So it's a pretty crazy, what's the word? Fuck.
It's like paradigm,
something like that. Yeah, well, it seems like it is, but it's, you know, when you go in the ring, you do it in a professional sense. It's not really a paradox. That's the one, paradox.
Yeah, exactly. And I think you hit the nail right on the head. Like, I think it's rare because, like, I'm kind of weird. Like I need, like, there's two Daves. There's Dave that likes to go fight and have like traumas. Like I like to, you know, I don't mind pain. I like pain in a way. So like that's the Dave that likes to go fight. But there's the Dave that likes to, and I don't talk about the third person all the time, guys. Just like there's the Dave in real life that, like, you know, is compassionate vegan and just to make it clear, like we're never going to please everybody in life. You know, when we first did our first interview together, people were like saying like, you're not supposed to fight, you're not supposed to, you know, you got a lot of comments for this, and thank you guys for all the attention. Yeah, but because ultimately we want eyes, right? We want eyes for the cause to help advance the vegan cause around the world. So it doesn't matter. And you know, what I'm saying is like we can't please everyone. People were saying like it's not vegan in a way to go compete in the ring and to go fight. Well, the key word here is consent. What we said many times,
course,
right? Consent. Like the pig or the dog in the Yulin festival, or the you know, every animals that are being slaughtered and decapitated and raped, and all these animals, they don't have consent over their abuser. You know, and I'm not even, you know, when I'm competing, I'm not abusing a person. We're both trained. We're paid. We're willing. We signed a contract. We're consensual. We actually quite like it, like, you know, I actually like punch me in the face, I'm gonna like it. So this is the difference. We have a brain, we're consensual. So I don't want to hear about this bullshit anymore, you know, but not you, from people. It's like it's like, yes, it's a profession, and it's, for me, it's bigger than that. Even us, you know, we're gonna train together. We're gonna, you know, now that you're in Turkey, we're gonna. It's important for males, for vegan, for everybody around the world. Because there's always going to be bad people, so we need to be able to defend ourselves. We need to be able to, you know, so strength is important. And I don't know, is it me or it's been like forgotten? People
completely. It's almost even told, like, especially as men, you're told, like, almost told to not be strong now. Like, so apparently a lot of people would say that to be strong and be able to defend yourself or to enjoy fighting, and these things are seen as like toxic now for most men. And also I see a lot of towards women as well. They say things like women are encouraged to own it and go out, and you go out at nighttime and wear whatever you want, and you just go out there and be confident. And it's like, well, but the bad people are still going to be around no matter how safe you make up. You could be in the safest country, in the safest city in the world. If you're walking around Women are more vulnerable to attack because men who attack think that you assume they're weaker, and a lot of the time they'd be right.
Yes.
So no matter who you are, where you are, knowing how to defend yourself and being strong or being technically strong if you're not like a particularly
Aware.
big person, just being aware or knowing, I don't know,
I
you know,
do it. Like I encourage people to do it, but just be
yeah.
careful. You know, you never know what's going to happen.
Oh, for sure, yeah. I mean, go out and own your life, but I mean, don't be stupid. It's like I use this other analogy. It's kind of like we could live in a very, very safe place, but I'll still never leave my doors unlocked because why would I invite the risk, right? I'll always lock my doors. I'll never leave them unlocked. So if you're planning on going out at night as a guy or a girl and you're going to go out and really late and make yourself vulnerable, then at least lock your doors, know how to fight, right? Or know how to defend yourself, or have somebody know where you are. So I think you're right.
It's
I think
an extra layer. Just
strength
protection.
is like, you're right though. Strength is you're being told don't be strong anymore. Be vulnerable, which is also a strength in itself, but you still need to have the physical, you still need to have the physicality of mental strength to deal with shit, and that you're right. We're being encouraged not to do it.
True.
I think these days.
I wonder why. I wonder where's the big. I cannot quite see where's the end goal here. Of like maybe it's to like mass submissiveness of the people.
I mean, what the fuck else would it be? Because if we all get together and we have strong collective mindsets, if you train and you become strong in the gym or fighting, you are always going to be a stronger mentally and stronger physically.
You're harder to control. You're harder to influence.
Exactly.
True.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
It's like undermining these things helps certain groups, and it helps the elites if you want to get conspiracy wise, but it also helps.
Oh, by the way, just to be clear, there's conspiracy all around us,
right?
Totally.
Yeah.
People forget that.
I
made a poll the other day on like, I think my wife did too. Like, do you trust your government?
Yeah.
And people like overwhelmingly said yes. I'm like, are you like, are you crazy? I was, are you crazy?
How could you? How after everything that's happened over the past couple of years, how could you trust them?
History-wise,
even like
the Watergate, everything. Like they've been lying to us forever, and now all of a sudden we trust them. No. First reflex always, and as we're gonna get sidelined again, but like first reflex in life is to not trust. I'm going to teach my son never trust first of all anyone first, and then they gain slowly. They can gain your confidence over time with actions.
Yeah,
right?
of course. Yeah. I've always said the same thing. Trust needs to be earned.
Thank you.
You don't just give it to. Well, I mean, maybe you could give it to someone you meet on, a friend or something like. I'll give them trust until. But when it's like,
why did the people trust the government?
Why? With governments, why would you? Or people in power in general, like why would you?
Because you want to. Because you think it would be better. But it's not good enough. They don't. Yeah, it's comfortable and it's easier choice. And you don't want it. People, I think they're delusional. They don't think that. Why would they want to lie to me? And because they have all my money. They collect all their money every year and they pay stuff. They don't care.
There's so many reasons.
It's funny because before all the last couple of years, right, it was a big joke like politicians are liars, right? But now politicians were telling us to do certain things. We know what we're talking about, and all of a sudden. Now we listen to them, but weren't they liars a couple of years ago? It's like what happened? What does it happen to people?
I don't know.
It's
I don't
insane.
know. I guess when like shit hits the fan. I mean, I suppose this is the reason for the media hysteria a lot of the time because it benefits politicians. Because like if you create enough media hysteria to scare people, then they immediately turn to who can help us? Well, these people seem
saviors.
To be the ones that
but
can
who
help
owns
us.
the media? Right?
Well, that's them. Exactly. That's the problem.
Only a few handful of companies. So it's so deep. But just bottom line is like there's conspiracies everywhere, and it's every scandal, every conspiracy was first a conspiracy theory first.
Oh yeah.
So you can't ever win. Some people will basically. They will deny it until the end, and when the truth comes out, or like a guy comes out, he cheated, he raped, or he did something, he stole money, and when he comes out, well, I didn't, it's so bad. So you can't win.
What they do is they when it hits the news, the scandal hits the news, right, and it gets all big, and everyone's talking about it, and then the second the scandal starts to go away, this is when normally the truth gets revealed because they know that it's not going to go away forever, so they get ahead of it. This is what they do. This is PR, right? So they'll go, okay, look, we're going to release the truth, but we're going to wait till everyone's moved on. And then when the truth comes out, no one gives a fuck. Absolutely. The Hunter Biden laptop is a great example. I've talked about this in other podcasts. It's a fake. It's Russian propaganda. Fake. Okay, everyone moves on. Ukraine happens. Everyone's talking about that. All of a sudden, the truth comes out. No one gives a fuck. It actually was true. Like this laptop really was there. There's all this evidence, all this shit that happened. It wasn't fake. They were saying Trump was doing some stuff. They're saying Russia was doing no. Trump and Russia were not doing anything bad. It was real. There was a real laptop. They recovered, but now no one gives a shit.
I didn't even hear about it that much. Imagine. It's a shame.
This is what they do. This is what they do. They just
like
wait.
hats off to you guys, you fucking liars.
Same with the one more thing. We're gonna have to. This is going to get this video fucked. But the vaccines. The Johnson and Johnson vaccine has been pulled from in America. They don't use it anymore because what was it doing? It was causing life-threatening blood clots, and they admitted this now, and they're no longer administering it. But weren't people saying that?
Yeah.
Right.
Conspiracy theories were saying.
Right. Conspiracy theorists were saying this is happening. This is happening. They say no, it isn't. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Everyone moves on. Ukraine, COVID's over. Oh, by the way, don't get the J&J vaccine because it's killing people.
Shit.
Just sweep it under the rug. It's okay. No one cares anymore because COVID's over.
And there's no excuses from like, oh, by the way, all the people that were belittled for saying these things.
Oh yeah.
There's no excuse.
They got kicked off Twitter. They got kicked off Instagram. Kicked off YouTube. They don't get to come back on again.
No, exactly.
Right. It's fun. Anyway, this is.
I would appreciate it if it would be like some kind of like, okay, you know what, we fucked up, we're sorry, but we'll never see that. We'll never see that.
So the point was to be strong, not just physically but mentally.
Yeah. And by the way, it comes down to questioning everything as well. I think strength, mental strength, it's all tied. What you're saying right now, it's all tied to
totally.
It's more than just having muscles, and eating plant-based, or it's more than that. It's like, are you able-bodied? Are you able-minded? Like, it's so deep, man. There's so many things.
Completely.
How to be optimal.
And so this is what ties into kind of what we were getting at about people criticizing you, or in the last one, where saying like, you're a vegan, but you beat people up or whatever. And you're right. It's so much more than you don't just beat people up. You build in strength. You're building technique and skill, and you're going in with somebody else, and you're testing your might against each other.
I guess we can dissect a little bit that philosophy, because in a way, like beating people up in a way is people say that it's like, it's not true, because basically what's the difference between like people what they can be aggressive to each other in the bedroom, like choking each other in the bedroom, if it's willing, if they slap each other. Some people, it's 50 Shades of Grey, he was smacking the shit out of her or whatever, and so that's okay if she wants, right? But if another man is okay for me, let's test our skills together. It's on a regulated, sanctioned elite referee level. Judges, not for me, but judges most of the time. A crowd, like it's an entertainment, so that would be like a bit ambiguous.
It's so strange, right?
But I can whip the shit out of a girl.
Maybe they would say BDSM is not vegan.
Yes, exactly.
It's not vegan. Exactly. Even if you're both vegan and you're both agreeing, and you're both no, you can't do that.
There you go. You heard it. BDSM, BDSM is called. It's not vegan, guys.
It's not vegan.
Even if the girl wants it or if the boy wants it, it's not okay. Oh my god. So yeah, for me, like it's something I like to do. For whatever reason,
BDSM, right?
That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, this and fighting. That's good. You got me. And fuck you, I lost my train of thought. But now I'm thinking about whips and stuff. But I like to fight, and even if I'm gonna stop competing professionally, I'm still gonna do it. Like, we're gonna wrestle, we're gonna train. I'm gonna compete amateur. Like I'm still maybe gonna go anonymously to. I did it the other day. I went to Europe. I went to Austria before a couple months ago. And I wasn't able to be anonymous because I ended up taking pictures. But I went to compete in a grappling tournament. Because fighting again in Myanmar is I cannot enter Myanmar right now because of the military. So I said, you know what? Let's go train. Let's go. Choke some people out.
Right.
And I ended up going there. So I still, I enjoy doing that. So I thought to myself, this is something I would actually do. It's low impact on the body. I don't get punched. I don't get elbowed. I don't get headbutt in the face. And I get to to test your skill. So I enjoyed it. And I people were like surprised to see a striker. For those who don't know, like a stand-up fighter, a guy that fights on his feet to go on his back and fight. But all this to say, I will do that for forever, even if it's it's a form of competitive, like probably like you're a competitor. You like maybe we're gonna play you call it a table game. What's it called? Like we're gonna play a Monopoly or something. I want to win, right? But this does not interfere, does not affect into my life philosophy,
Right, sure.
And we've spoken about that many times and I get triggered about, I get annoyed by the smallest thing about I don't like when people call the vegan diet. You know,
Okay,
it's
yeah,
it's the diet of vegans
Yeah.
is plant based. I'm very picky on words, and I'm gonna be picky when we start V Tribe
Okay,
too.
sure.
But you know, like you understand. I think
Yeah, all
you
right.
agree with me on these words because I
Yeah.
find it annoying that people say like I was vegan for 6 months. No, you weren't.
You're just eating vegan, yeah.
If you're vegan for life, you know, if you're vegan for life.
Yeah.
I don't see how you would like to. Oh my God, I'm compassionate. I want to help others. I want to be kind to others. But then all of a sudden you're like, no, actually, I don't mind hitting them, and I don't mind paying somebody to rape cows. I don't mind.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What do you think about this though? Those okay. Well, two things. Firstly,
Yeah.
the vegan diet part. Like, I get what you mean. I don't. I don't really,
small thing, right? You don't care as much.
I don't really care so much. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. But
like-
I get what you mean though. For me, I just kind of like. I kind of accept that people are going to say what they fucking say, and I'm not going to be the dude that corrects them all the time. You know what I mean? Unless they say something like, you know, I was vegan once, then I'll be like you probably weren't, like, right? You know
You're
what I mean?
confused, yeah.
You're confused, right? That's different. But I get what you mean, though. It is kind of annoying.
It's only for that I'm annoyed.
Totally,
when I hear
totally.
a non-vegan saying like, I tried vegan for a month.
Oh yeah,
What do
no,
you
that's
mean?
bullshit. No, that's bullshit. I'm with you on that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's bullshit. But I wanna see what you think of this. There is somebody who you might this is gonna
Is
stress
it?
you out. It's gonna
Okay,
stress you
okay,
out.
yeah,
All right?
ready.
Just letting you know. So there's this guy who was working for a vegan animal rights organization. I'm not gonna name him because he's a prick, and
Okay.
I'm sure he'd enjoy it if I named him, but I'm not. And he was working for them. He was making stuff for them. He was like, you know, paid job, like vegan, working for animal rights organization.
Allegedly vegan.
He did a full U-turn. And this is somebody who was literally mocking all the anti-vegan bullshit consistently for like years, right? Literally years. U-turned completely and is now full anti-vegan, full mocking vegans and all. It's like this when this happened, right?
There's a psychological something.
Well, this made me question this idea of like what you said. Oh, if you're really vegan, then you're vegan for life or whatever. Because then I've seen him, and I'm like, when he was doing all this stuff, I mean,
He seemed like he was vegan. That's what I'm thinking.
think he was faking it the whole
I
time?
don't think it's faking consciously, but I think he was potentially. We don't know. Like the human mind is very crazy. I think there's trauma here. I think there's feeling of acceptance of belonging to something.
Yeah.
So maybe we don't know his childhood. We don't know like what happened with his family, his parents,
Sure,
and maybe the fact that like he was laughed at, he was bullied. I don't know. And then he found this group of people that are so
Right.
accepting, and then when you turn vegan, vegans are happy because you're like, wow, welcome to the club, right? So
course,
I'm just making
Speculating,
speculating, but
I don't. I think my
Go
speculation
ahead.
of this is.
I don't know the guy, so-
I told him this, by the way, and it got him very angry. I told him that I think the reason is that he was into a girl who was vegan, a woman, whatever. I know girls. I'm finding out recently that girl is an American term more so, like, and Europeans don't like being called girls if
What do you call
they're
them, like?
not girls, women, right?
Okay.
I found this out recently, and now I'm trying to redo it because then I'm like, fucking, not everybody watching is American, and maybe
Okay.
it's just a weird thing to call women girls. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Like
okay.
if I called you a boy, you'd be like,
it's
"What a
weird,
boy."
yeah.
Right? It's
Yeah.
weird, right?
It's
Yeah,
younger.
yeah.
It's younger. I feel.
Right, it is. Yeah, so I'm trying to get it out of my fucking head. So I think he was interested in a woman, and she was vegan, and she rejected him after like he'd been trying it on for years. And I reckon that's what did it. I reckon he was like, "Fuck it."
That's a weird thing. So that means again, he didn't have strong convictions.
No, totally.
So-
No.
So
'Cause you know,
yeah.
guys are with women, right? You know that they'll do anything, move mountains, and
sense.
fucking, and then when they get rejected,
Yeah. If the heartbreak was big, if
Oh,
the
yeah.
rejection was big, he probably it was like, okay, like I despise everything that this girl represents.
right? Exactly.
So like he went and but again, even like a real vegan will be like, I don't
Totally,
I'm
yeah.
gonna stay vegan. Like I feel like he was unconsciously not. He was still like he was kind of like he was trying convincing himself. I don't know. Like
Yeah,
I don't
it's weird,
see
right?
for me it's like it's not vegan. A vegan
Yeah.
is like you're for life. So as soon as you hop out, you weren't. And
Yeah.
why am I so adamant on this philosophy? Because it's the best damn God philosophy in the world. And most people, and I think you said that, or I think the thing you posted the other day on the dog meat.
Right,
I checked the website a little bit, and they said something very clever. It's like most people already are. Not appeal, but already abiding by the rules of life of veganism, which is
Absolutely, yeah.
reducing. Most people I believe in good in people, like they're living life. They don't want to hurt people in the street. If they see somebody walking towards them, they're not just gonna smack. So most people are not.
Maybe you would.
No. Again, you see misconception. Not okay. I'm very kind. So you see, like most people are doing like this. So where was I going with this? Is that
They're not living
Yeah.
the way they believe, right? They do two separate things.
Yeah.
The perfect example, I'm covering this, it'll probably have been posted already, but there was a story. The story sounds funny at first, but I'll warn you that it gets a bit dark. So there was a guy out in the street in Australia, I think it was, with a shovel, and he was swinging the shovel trying to hit seagulls. Now that sounds funny, and it is funny, apart from the fact that he actually fucking hit one of the seagulls, which isn't funny, and that seagull had to be euthanized because of him hitting them, breaking the wing.
Okay.
So like, it's such a stupid story. The reason I'm bringing it up is the comment section. People are like,
Laughing?
I'll fucking hit you with the shovel. No,
but
they're
they're not
so
vegans.
angry.
They're not vegans, probably.
Of course they're not vegans.
Exactly.
Right? They're sat eating chicken
Hypocrites.
wings, upset because this guy broke a seagull's wing.
They're going to the McDonald's,
Right?
and then in the parking lot, there's seagulls eating French fries.
Right,
But you're
right,
eating
right.
chicken inside. Are they?
And they care about these. Yeah, it's just. And it intrigued me because, like, first off, it's seagulls. Like, I didn't realize people gave that much of a fuck about. I love seagulls, by the way. Seagulls are
I
awesome.
love
They're
all
they're
animals.
awesome.
Yeah.
I
And
love
we
them,
need an
but-
idiot button. We need idiot button. Like when like I just want to press the idiot,
Idiot
button.
button. We look that up for it. Yeah. Have it. So it's true though. You're totally right. Like, and anyway, I was surprised that they were like seeing seagulls as like worthy of defense. They were like, "Oh, fucking defend that seagull." Usually, it's a dog or a cat.
Well,
right.
to add on what you're saying, most non-vegans see animals as worthy of defense. For example, the hunter helps a deer out of the fence, stuck in the fence,
true.
lets him go, and shoots another one the same side, or even this one. You never know. Maybe it's the same one 12 hours later.
Good point.
So the point is like, why do they go hunt if they actually care? What do you shoot him? You're there to hunt. Kill that animal right
Absolutely,
there in the fence. He's stuck. You got him. It's done. Your trip is over. Oh no, you wanna feel manly? You wanna go hunt him in your camouflage in your table with piss all you over? You want to feel like a man.
Right.
What's it? You don't. You're not a man. You're a coward.
Yeah.
And so, like you said, why did they care about the seagull? Why did they care about the deer? Why did they care about the dog in Yulin? Why did and actually, if I give them a small little piglet, all cute and I say like pet him, they would pet him and they would care. And if I would smack the piglet right now, they would be they would
go
be
crazy.
angry. But they
fucking
go and
crazy.
they eat.
You know
What
the
is
thing
happening in the world, Dave?
Yeah,
What the
it's
fuck?
insane. The thing with hunting, and I found this out after I did some safaris. I did two safaris in Nepal, looking for lions. Sorry, not lions. Sorry, tigers.
Okay.
And I found them both times. It was awesome. And the tracking. Looking for footprints and like looking where they've been nearby, and like they were calling up other rangers to like, I get the thrill of the chase, right? I get that. I finally kind of understood why hunters hunt. Like the thrill of the chase is incredible, but the difference is at the end of the chase, just take a fucking picture, just get a big zoom lens, right, and snap it.
Yeah.
How I don't get like if your reward at the end of a chase comes with killing them. You're just a fucking serial killer, aren't you? Like chasing down animals and murdering them. Like, what's the difference between you and someone who does that to humans? What's the difference between them and Dexter, who does the same thing, right? But go with a fucking camera. These hunters, I'll put money down that these hunters would probably be the best photographers in the fucking world if they just took cameras instead of guns, because they're great at what they do, the tracking and stuff. Just what's the need to shoot them at the end?
Society's fucked. They think that the trophy on their wall is worth a lot, and
Just fucking print out a photo, this beautiful photo that you just took.
they want the love
Put
and
it up on the
affection.
wall. Like I don't get what.
I agree with you saying.
It's mad.
I think they attach like some kind of power. Like maybe they feel manly, they feel powerful, they feel weak in their life. They felt weak in their childhood at school.
Right.
So it's all about like power. It's about love and affection, because your circle of friends think that you're manly or you're cool because you have that at home. So it's like everything is rigged, and that's why all society is rigged in a way that it encourages these type of behaviors. And I feel like all the way to commercial, like materialistic views, like having cars. What's the difference between having all these items, an animal on your wall, or like, that's why I really am trying to, everything on me, like this is a gift. I'm only the strict minimum. I'm like really minimalistic because I feel like if you don't strip yourself from all these stuff, you're kind of getting stuck into that thing. Maybe it's, I don't know how to verbalize it.
It's like it's easy to change. Also, like if I agree with you. Like if you're not emotionally attached to anything material, then if something comes up that makes you reevaluate what you were doing before, then it's easy to get rid of it. And this is why people don't go vegan, is because they're emotionally attached to the food and the things they like. But if they were more simplistic with the things they liked and stop getting emotionally attached to fucking hamburgers.
Yeah.
Why the fuck are you attached to, and side note, I was reading about this, again, another story that'll be out already. This chef who refuses to cook vegan, right? This is directly what you're saying, because he came from this small kind of tribe in some other country. His parents are from there. Now he's American born, so he's American citizen. So he's not like, do you know what I'm trying to say? He is now American. That's what I'm trying to say. And he refuses to cook for other Americans that want to cook vegan, because he says his culture, it goes against his culture. And
amazing.
it's like,
so let's cut clitoris and let's do a bunch of stuff, like, in Africa, some tribes, they mutilate the young girls.
It's ridiculous.
So tradition is the most asinine fucking.
This is what I'm trying to say. But he's emotionally attached to this culture. Why? Like, and he's also blaming it on white people. He's saying, like, so this is what I've said in this video, which is already out now, so I can say it. I said that. Wait, so you're telling me that this guy's parents emigrated to a majority white country in the USA, okay? He was born, he became a chef in this majority white country, and now he's upset because lots of white people are asking if he'll make them vegan food.
Well, like, I don't even want to I don't even want to hear the word white, black. The more I feel like we talk about the color of the skin, the less.
I'm just using his words. He's complaining about white people.
Yeah, so he's racist then. The fact that so he's racist. Like, I don't even like. The sooner we don't talk about these things, like the sooner we're gonna not have histories of racism. Fucking annoys me.
As long as he's race based, he's a race based.
He's race based.
And he's a race baiter. And the point I was making is that, like, his obsession, his emotional attachment to this useless thing, cultural food. What the fuck? Why are you emotionally attached to food? Like, when you're not emotionally connected to all this bullshit, when someone comes along and says, hey, this stuff's fucked up, look at these slaughterhouses, you just go, all right, yeah, I don't need that shit. What do I eat instead? But the problem is everyone's got this baggage that you were saying, like, they're not minimalistic. They've got all this baggage that they carry around with them. Why?
Yeah,
it's so crazy. Like, if I told you now, like, if you I don't know, if I said that, hey, this mic stand came from a fucking mine with children, you shouldn't buy this, you'd get rid of it. You're not attached to this shit, are you? You'd be like, oh, it's fucked up, I'm going to replace the mic stand.
Because I would watch it all the time. Like, same when I came vegan, I had a leather couch in my room, in my apartment in Canada, and like for the first couple of days I was watching it, and then it reminded me I was transitioning, right? Then I saw, and then I couldn't bear it anymore. It's just, veganism is not perfection. It does not exist, right? And I think it's just like being better, becoming better every time. You have a good point. And eventually we're just like, okay, I put it outside, and I guess people picked it up, but like, I couldn't see it outside. So then again, maybe this at one point they're gonna be like, I cannot have a laptop anymore. I don't know, again, that is like how can I convey the message to a bigger audience. So again, we're all in this journey to improve and becoming better every time. But like, I don't own any leather anymore. Good point.
Yeah,
good point.
You're right though. You got you obviously you got to do whatever you can do, and living without a laptop or living without a phone is just practically impossible for anybody who lives in any kind of civilization. It's like civil. That's what I'm looking for. Like populated, heavily populated area, like a
civilized or whatever.
I don't know what you could call it. I don't know. Like, if you're out in the sticks in a fucking, I don't know, a cabin, or like in a tribe somewhere, probably don't need a phone or a laptop, right? You don't need a job even, probably. You probably just live off the land or whatever. If that's you, you're not watching this fucking video, are you? There's people are watching this.
And if you do need these items, like, we hope that they're done, or we can actually research if they're done, in a good way,
right?
And paying proper wages. Because again, veganism is not only for animals, and that's where I'm going to in my philosophy. Is like, it's about compassion around for every human, every beings, right? So people think, oh, just animals. No, it's everybody. So of course it gets hard for me to really sometimes like appreciate people that are conscious of the suffering they cause, and be to like them. I don't really like them when they're not. It's tough. So but initially, like, veganism, for those that are joining, like it's about causing less suffering for every beings around the world, not just animals, right? That's what it is. So we have to be kind to our own race.
Yeah,
So,
I think it often ends up including others because there's so many ways that it helps and helps people.
exactly, health wise, everywhere.
Yeah, so I think, and also like a lot of people are in animal agriculture. They have horrendous jobs and horrendous lives from it. So it does help them. But I personally, though, I reckon I can convince you a little bit on the other way on this. I don't mean that as in necessarily
animals?
Well, let me tell you. Let me say this and see what you think.
Go ahead.
Right? So let's talk about the USA specifically. So 97% of all charity money in the USA goes to human charities, right? 3% goes to animal charities, and of that 3%, under 1% goes to farmed animal charities. So out of all the money in going into the charities in the USA, less than 1% goes to anything to do with farmed animals. So for me, when I first read about this and when I started really thinking about it, it made me think, you know what, like, there's only you and I are two of the only people on the planet who care enough about animals to say stuff about it. So as much as like there are benefits to humans when we help animals, and we should never shit on humans to help animals. It's not like we should be like, yeah, put that person in a fucking, I don't know, be horrible to that person, put them in a shitty job because of animal. You should always try, but I don't know if I would want to put any focus on humans.
No, it's not exactly what I agree with you. But what I'm saying is not the focus is not on humans. I think the result of animal activism, because I'm an animal right activist as well. That's my main thing. The result is human bettering.
Oh, that's for sure. Oh, yeah.
The focus is like, I'm not gonna do any charity work right now. Like, I don't know. Like, I think
we can.
Yeah, I actually was doing a lot while I was in Myanmar. When I was inside Myanmar for the HIV and AIDS, the kids are orphans. But I agree what you're saying. But like,
I think we're singing from the same hymn sheet. I think I like it when vegans do human rights stuff. What I mean is that what I don't like it is when vegans try to say that. Try to tie it all in to one thing, like, oh, veganism is also for people, because I feel like then
why don't you like that?
Well, because like I said, there's so few of us actually talking about animals. It feels like it kind of dilutes because then it's like, oh, so everybody thinks, right, humans are here and every other animal's here. That's what more normal people think, right? Normal people, whatever, non-vegans, let's say, the average person, right? And what we do is we say, no, I'm talking about animals because I think they're not, obviously, like, in many ways, they're definitely not the same level as humans, but in terms of how we should treat them, they should be like equal. We don't deserve to be treated differently.
But because ultimately, think about in 100 years. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, I'll finish it really quickly. So, like, in the ways that matter, we are the same. Like, we suffer, we go through all this bullshit, we horrible things, and animals are treated horrendously. So all we're saying is like, just don't make them suffer and stuff. But what I worry about when we say like, veganism's for animals and people, we're falling into the trap that says what's happening to humans is as bad as what's happening to them, and it isn't.
But that's their job to convey the right message that it's not the case.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, like, if 100 years veganism, when let's say we eradicate animal agriculture and actually everybody's vegan in the world, veganism is for stopping wars, being compassionate to others. Like, if everybody's vegan, you don't have wars. So technically, like, we understand what we're saying right now. We just it's already hard as it is to improve animal life and animal rights. So I see your fear. But ultimately, veganism is about everything sentient. So it is about humans. I understand, like, it's our job to make sure that, like, the focus is on the animals right now because they need the most help. But again, a lot of humans need help as well. But
they get it though. Huh? They get it. That's what I'm trying to say.
Exactly.
So they don't need us. Is my point. But I think you're right.
But the philosophy itself, cause as least amount of the less amount of cruelty as practically possible around you. So it says nothing about animals. Right. It says everything about compassion and be kind to others. Like, if we cannot be kind to animals, how can we be kind to others? So like, ultimately, it starts with making sure that animals are actually the priority is animals right now. And ultimately it will improve the life of humans. That's what I'm saying.
There's no argument there. I think we're on the same page.
But I understand your fear because it's already complicated right now. And like you said, there are already enough charities and they're badly ran. I have my stories while I was living. UNICEF. I hate all of them. They're really badly run, and they so much money giving to the top of the administration. Only a few money goes to the people. But what I'm saying is,
It's just that my other fear and the point, another point is that I think we find it so much easier to defend people, right? I think a lot of people will lean towards holding people higher if they have a choice between a human and another animal, even vegans, right? So I think that's one of the reasons I remind myself to be like, if I see something happening or someone asks me to post something or put money towards a human cause, I'll sometimes double guess myself.
You can make a choice, and I'll give to animal charity, but
right.
It doesn't make you. It is it's you're not less of a vegan potentially if somebody wants
to
do it. But
no. But I guess it's if you're. I guess the point I'm trying to say is like. It's like, for example, like, when you get this, when you meet somebody and they say like something along the lines of, I'm trying to reduce, and your natural reaction is to say something like, oh, that's good. But
not me.
But yeah,
if they want moderate position, they can go to other podcasts or they can other people.
Sure.
I am fed up. I don't want I'm an extremist. You're an extremist. Like no, it's not like and people vegans are gonna be like, no, you're actually not helping you're not helping the problem. No, I don't give a fuck.
I guess the point is like, we naturally go for the easier path, right? Yeah. And we don't want to upset people most of the time. Most people just want to make people happy. And I guess when it comes to animals and humans, like animal rights, human rights, most people lean towards human rights because they are human themselves, right? And this happens in the animal rights movement as well, and vegan spaces as well, which is why I hold the line when I'm talking about vegan stuff and someone says, but veganism is about people. 10 times out of 10, I'll say, no, it isn't. It benefits people, but it's fucking not about people. And what you're right, and I agree with you that if we end up with a vegan world, and I think it should be about people then. But until that point, I'm gonna stand my ground and say I don't think it is.
I feel like it's I see what you're trying to achieve. I just feel like saying that it's not is just not true, because we're helping sentient beings.
So okay.
But like you can say it is, but my focus is on animals.
What about so if you look if you look at like another movement, for example, a human rights movement, let's say one that is dealing with, I don't know, poverty in India, right? And then they say, we're helping people get off the streets and get into houses.
Yeah.
And this is good for animals because it gives animals the space they need on the streets, because
But the focus is not animals right now, and their focus is on animals.
The point is though, like, that human rights organization would never say this is also about animals just because it benefits them.
Okay.
Right? So like what I'm saying is the veganism helps people, but it's not about people.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to get. Like, that's what I feel like, at least.
Well, they wouldn't say. Why would not say that? Because if they actually it benefits them. But I mean, do they say it, or are you saying
for that reason though?
So they're not mentioning it. You're saying they're not mentioning animals.
Well, if they did, it would be weird, because it's like they're not doing this for animals, although it helps them. Yeah. And we're not doing this for people, although it helps them.
Yeah, but they don't have a life philosophy that guides their life, though. It's just like they're just doing this for. I agree with what you're saying. They would actually not mention it, but like me, it's bigger than a cause.
Do you know what it is? Yeah. Okay, I've got it. I've nailed it. Yeah. I think I've got it down. What I think is happening here is that I think that your life. I'm not putting words in your mouth. Your life philosophy, what I feel like, is more in line with ahimsa rather than.
What is that?
Right, this is going to. Okay, great. I'm glad you don't know. Ahimsa, I've got it like. Is this ahimsa? No, I've got it tattooed on me.
Okay.
It's compassion and non-violence to all beings.
Okay.
Right, that's what it means. Veganism.
It's about what?
It's animal rights.
Okay.
And I know humans are animals, right? But I know. But I draw the distinction because. For me, at least, I don't know. Everyone's got the definition is vague, right?
But for me, okay, question for you. Because for me, like I'm, me, like I have one of all the people, one of the strongest position on animals. And for me, my message doesn't feel diluted because I'm also including humans inside.
Sure. Yeah.
And I feel like not like I didn't know about IMSA or whatever, but I feel like it's a good goal to have.
It's great, yeah. Right? It's great.
And I think maybe inside of it, there's maybe. I don't know, but...
So, for example, if Black Lives Matter was talking about animal rights as well, they wouldn't be as effective with Black Lives Matter stuff because they'd be talking about animals as well. Although I would love them to talk about animals as well, but at the minimum, I would love them to not abuse animals. So, for example, when I'm a vegan and I'm animal rights, the minimum I can do is not be discriminatory to anybody else, and I do that. But then... For someone to tell me, well, you need to include humans in animal rights. Well, it's like humans are here and animals are like fucking through the floor. So no, I'm gonna
in terms of rights, right now,
in terms of everything.
Treating.
Sure, yeah. So this is where like so we agreed on the focus part, but
So yeah, what you have a problem with is that the fact that you don't want the focus to be diluted
Well,
on
yeah.
over to humans.
Yeah.
See, I still don't see why it would be diluted. I understand,
Okay.
and I understand that fear, and I think I need to make sure that it's not.
Yeah. Do you want me to tell you why it does and how it does? Oh, this is because this is like, you're going to start seeing this with the V-Tribe. We're going to get to what that is soon.
Yeah.
But like, I've been doing this shit for a while now, and the vegans out there who have the similar mindset, not the same because you're not an idiot, and they are. Which, by the way, I'm happy to say that some fucking idiots out there, vegans that come after
99%
me.
99% people are idiots.
Right. They've come after me because, for example, when Black Lives Matter was happening in all the June 2020, I didn't post about it. That made me a racist, apparently.
Okay.
So this is where we see a problem.
Compassionate.
Exactly. You're not a real vegan because you don't post about human rights. This is what I was told. And this is...
But your focus is not that.
Absolutely. But by the logic, they're using the same logic as you. They're saying that veganism is about humans.
Not technically, because I wouldn't post also because my focus is animals. Like, I feel like I'm a vegan. I'm a vegan with focus on animals. You know what I'm saying? But I guess I guess Himza would focus on animals.
Then I would agree with you then. I'd actually say if that's an option.
If that's the angle, yeah.
I agree because I do care about people.
Yeah.
I try not to put any or very minimal focus there because I've got so much fucking help. So like, and animals don't.
So right now we're just talking about terminology, me and you.
Right, I think so. Yeah.
Because I would actually say "fuck you" to people tell me I should post about something.
Right.
My focus is animals.
Yeah.
Until we have a vegan world.
Yeah. All right.
And then after that,
agree. 100% agree.
If you're gonna tell me what to post, and you're gonna tell me you're gonna tell the 2 days what to post on a given thing. No, we have other big battles to fight, and there's like you said, there's enough big charities and big organization that can take care of it.
Money.
There's not a lot. Yeah, so much money as well.
So much fucking money, and there's like nothing.
How much money goes? How many subsidies goes to animals and
to go against them?
Against them.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Fuck yeah. Like for example, yeah. God, there's no other. I don't. Okay, maybe there is, but I don't think there's any movement that human rights movement that is, for example, like Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's being subsidized to hurt black people. Exactly. Like, being like,
but we
actively,
are
the government subsidized to hurt black people.
Well,
I mean, some people might call this out and say, yeah, the prison system. Blah, blah, blah.
They might
say
that. I'm not educated enough on the subject. I'm sure they could make a point that
they'll try to twist
the
it.
criminal system and the penal system is better. But like, let's focus on the animal. Like you said,
yeah,
they're paying. The government is paying for tax dollars all around the world, in Canada, UK, all around the world, to basically make it more affordable to torture animals.
Absolutely.
They would, like milk, dairy cows, every kind of
fucking slitting their throats, literally. There's nothing compares to it. And you could say, like, if you want to come to be with for example, African Americans in America, and say like, yeah, the police system and all this stuff. Yeah, you might have a point. I'm not dismissing it, but I'm saying it's not even fucking close to being comparable to slitting animals' throats on
by the trillions
multiple.
And millions.
Yeah, exactly.
So again, I'm not educated on
in terms
of
severity.
Yeah.
That is. Let's talk about this fighter that just popped up recently. This boxer that I don't know about him. You know who this boxer is, right? This guy who was vegan, plant-based, and just lost.
Oh, Canelo, the boxer.
So who is this guy? Because I don't know much about him.
Yeah, I didn't know about him too much either, but he's obviously a very prominent boxer, champion boxer. And people were messaging me yesterday or 2 days ago,
right?
Saying because he lost. Apparently, he tried vegan for 6 weeks. First of all, fuck you. He didn't try vegan for 6 weeks. He did. I don't know if I'm so triggered about that. Like,
because it's a life fucking stupid, isn't it? It's like trying not to be a racist for 6 weeks. It's like
well said. It's like I didn't rape anybody for 6 weeks. It's like.
It's so
I'm reducing. People say I'm reducing meat. I'm reducing dairy. Like, oh, so you're not raping people on the weekends,
right? Yeah.
Oh, you're good. You're a good guy. No, you're not.
It's like beat-free Mondays when you don't beat your partner on a Monday.
Yeah. And we just spoke about the people focusing too much on human rights stuff compared to our big issue here. And I actually feel, by the way, that the more we focus on animal rights, the more the human rights is going to fix itself. That's my opinion. Because again, if you're not able to be kind to animals, how can you be kind to others? That's my opinion.
Yeah.
So like Leo Tolstoy said, right? As long as we're going to have slaughterhouses, we're going to have battlefields. So anyway, the more we focus on animal rights, the more we're going to help human rites. That being said.
Yeah.
But he said, the more we it's hard. It's what I was gonna say. I forgot my train of thought. That's the headbutt coming up. No, I just my brain really goes very.
No,
fast.
it's all good. It's all good.
But basically, like you had a good point of like we have to make sure that it doesn't deflect or dilute the message when we talk about human rights. So this that was gonna be my next. I was making a parallel to this, which was what were we talking about 2 seconds ago?
I can point out something here that I want to make sure that people know, like, and that neither of us are against human rights in any way, shape or form. And most of the time when vegans actually go vegan, like for example, for me, before I went vegan, I was interested in helping people, but not in any real kind of big way. After being vegan, I'm way more interested in human rights issues, and I've put more effort into learning about these things, and because you do become more connected with not just animals, but you become more connected with all the different things going wrong in the world, and especially because most of vegan stuff is rooted in like progressive politics, which deals with a lot more social justice. So you do end up being a lot more exposed to it. So it's not necessarily that I'm saying
I was a
go vegan and fuck people. I'm saying, if you're going to talk about animals and talk about veganism, talk about animals and talk about veganism. Don't ride off the back of veganism to do human rights. Do human rights too, but I'm just saying, like, keep it. When it comes together, have it come together, but don't force it together. Yeah. Like, focus on animals when you do animals. Focus on people when you do people, and exactly. If it works. But then don't go telling people like me, if you don't post this black square, you're a racist because you're not a real vegan. Go fuck yourself. No, that's where I draw the line.
You're a vegan that focuses on stuff. And,
exactly.
And I was gonna say, like, you said you weren't doing too much human rights before prior to going vegan. I was actually. And so that means I was a hypocrite. Like, I was actually focusing, I mean, not hypocrite, but like I was compassionate, but I had the limit, I was doing, I was going visiting orphanages, but then at night I was eating a steak or eating a glass of chocolate milk. So like I wasn't fully compassionate to the full extent. And I feel like I was a hypocrite because we want to help everybody. So
this boxer, we fucking lost it. So he was trying vegan, whatever, ate plant-based for 6 weeks, and he lost. And he blamed it on the plant-based diet, right?
Yeah.
And Joe Rogan even said also that he blames it. Joe Rogan believes it was the plant-based diet.
Well, I completely disagree with that because first of all, on an athletic level, you don't change your diet 6 weeks prior.
That's ridiculous.
That's completely stupid.
It's fucking insane.
You don't do that, and I'm surprised they let him do it. Like, first of all, he's used to a certain level. Like, he's used a certain diet. Like, it was a transition for me to go to. The first week, I was just like different energy levels, maybe even it was like fluctuating. So it's just stupid to do that before a world championship.
It's crazy. It's like digestion. Like, if I've run a marathon before, right? I was training for a year before that marathon. I ate the same fucking things for a year because I knew it's a marathon, right? 3.5 hours of running, or maybe 4 if I was slow. I don't want to need a shit randomly. I don't want to. So it's like, it's like if you train for all your life with the same food and then you switch to a vegan diet, a plant-based diet. Sorry, I don't want to trigger you. They're like high in fiber.
Yeah.
So you're going to be shitting yourself all the time whilst you get used to it.
Yeah.
And like, it's not shitting yourself, not literally, but you'll be on the toilet a lot. So it's like, dude, why would you switch that up 6 weeks before a fight?
And for weight cutting, it's you have to get used to it, and like I'm surprised, like, how, like, aren't they like are surrounded with some dietitians? Like, they should know better. Like, for me, first of all, I don't think it's the reason for that. I think it's an excuse. That was a side note. The real thing is, it's funny how when a meat eater, an animal eater wins. Well, it's about his skills. If he loses, it's about his lack of skills or it wasn't his day.
Yeah.
When I was fighting in USA and I beat a meat eater, I didn't win because I was vegan, because I won because I was good. But then if I would have lost, I would have lost because I'm vegan. So you cannot win. So I made peace with that. But the fact that people, and I have a lot of respect for Joe, and like, for me, it's just a lack of comprehension of what basically what is happening, and like, how can they blame a diet for, like, it's really, I don't know. Can this guy be, the opponent was good, maybe? Could that be an option?
Could be.
That's what people are
saying. The thing is even if you, right, so you know this is a fighter, right? So a lot of fighting is not even in the physical, it's in the mental, right?
Yeah.
I think we can all agree on that. Unless you literally just don't eat enough for like weeks and weeks and weeks before. Like, if you fasted 24 hours before a fight,
No energy.
Probably still be. I mean, you could
I mean,
probably
you're
still.
okay.
You'd have less energy than the other guy, but you could probably still fight, right?
100%. Yeah.
Right.
You're just not used to the same amount of energy level.
Right.
Like I fast all the time and I still train very hard. So
right. That's what I mean. So it's like, and this guy wasn't fasting. Let's be honest. He wasn't fasting.
No.
He changed his diet. Then like
maybe he had a doubt in his head.
Right. Because I can't believe that like. Obviously, changing your diet is a stupid thing before a big event. It's dumb. It's a dumb thing to do. But it won't automatically lose you the event. You know what I mean? What kind of level is he at? Is he at the level where like a 0.1% difference makes the difference? Is that the level he's at? Is he that elite? I don't know. Like in sprinting, that probably could make the difference because we're talking about nanoseconds or whatever. Probably not that many microseconds or whatever. I don't know what it is, milliseconds.
Yeah, milliseconds.
But like in a fight, could that? Is he at that level where it really like that? I don't know.
No,
like,
I don't know. It's a good
sure?
question. It's a very good point. So it's tricky. But what I'm still stuck at is the fact that people blame the diet.
It's obviously yeah.
But then like they were saying, McGregor against Diaz. Diaz is a vegetarian. He eats eggs and probably dairy obviously. And then he won. So it's just like. Can we stop focusing on the diet? It has nothing to do with that. Like actually, for me, it's the same. Like you can be as good. It's just if you eat an animal diet, you're gonna have like clogged arteries, and over time you're gonna have cholesterol in your veins, and you might have erectile dysfunction, and you might have a stroke, and then when you're older. But apart from the level of strength, we've seen bodybuilders that are vegan. We've seen fighters that are vegan. There's actually some in the UFC right now. It doesn't change anything. It's how much you want in your head. It's 90% mental. I was very. I actually commented. Should I read it?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
I don't know if it makes sense because I just went crazy. But
on his.
No, I basically I think I sent it to you. Basically, like some people messaging me. Saying,
oh yeah. You should DM the guy, man.
Yeah. Exactly. So basically, it's like. Said it has nothing to do with his diet. He lost plain and simple. People like to make excuses. I went vegan and I destroyed the meat eater. How about that? I didn't win because of my diet. I didn't lose because he didn't lose because of his. Everybody loses, and so if he loses, it's not. We said that before. If he loses, it's because of his. If they lose, it's not because of meat. But if but if they actually lose on a vegan diet, then it's because of the diet. So I'm really I said actually get the fuck out of here. He's a pussy looking for excuses. So yes, you're a pussy. Just I think a sign of ownership, a sign of manliness is a man being able to take ownership. Whatever happens to you, something shit happens in Turkey. We take ownership. It's because of us. If something happens in your life, ownership is key. And he's not taking ownership. He's blaming on diet this. If it wouldn't be the diet, if he had the same diet, well, I changed coach. Or the elevation. I fought in Colorado. I don't fucking know. This is a sign of weak mind.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. You don't change your diet and go for a world championship.
It's it's total pussy bullshit.
Yeah,
and it's also. I remember McGregor. That's a good point. Total pussy bullshit. I remember McGregor did something similar. Like Conor did something similar. Like in the past when he lost, he would say. Well, he would at first he would say like. That it was a better man, like better man.
I like that.
And then now he's like got all these complaints, right? And all these like, it was because of this, because of that, and like I'm gonna fucking kill you next time. And it's like, dude, what the fuck happened to this guy?
Ownership.
Do you actually know what happened to this guy? I don't know. I don't know anything about personal life or anything.
I have no idea. We can speculate.
Punching old men in fucking bars and like whining when he loses and like what?
Well, alcohol is never good, and everything that leads to that goes with it. Like I don't drink, and I feel like having a clear mind is key in life for happiness, for everything, and it can lead to other things like partying. I party. I'm high on life. I don't need an extra help. And I feel like you're patching stuff in your life when you're looking for these stimulant. People can do it in moderation, but it
never stays.
But exactly, and I feel like even moderation is not good. Like I'm actually I will never do these things. Yeah,
right,
I was managing. No drinking. Yeah, I was a manager of a club before and. Nothing good comes out of there.
Same man. I think this is probably what it is, right? Because you're managing a club, so sometimes you'd be sober as fuck and you'd see all the shit, right?
Yeah.
I worked security in clubs. It turns you off. Mm-hmm. You look at it all and you're like,
do I want to be like you? You're
right. You have cognitive dissonance though, because for me, I had really bad cognitive dissonance because I would see all this shit and then I'd go out and do it.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, I'm not the same. I'm not the same. I know I'm the same. I know I look like them when I'm like fucked up, and I'm embarrassed of myself, but I keep doing it. And eventually I just got to a point where I was like, I'm not doing this shit.
How long you've been, you stopped?
So completely sober now for like maybe three and a half years now. Completely
Feel good?
Yeah. I mean, there obviously have your times where like, you know, it would help to have some drinks, but there are times that you shouldn't have them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but what is help? Because it's going to be worse.
Makes you feel better.
Anyway.
Makes you feel better
on the spot.
Yeah, it makes you feel better. But the thing is, yes, it makes you feel better. But then, if you need that to make you feel better, you shouldn't be drinking.
It's a red flag.
Right, exactly. You shouldn't be doing it. Go and fucking have a run. That's my drink now. If I'm really like worked up, I run. Okay. And I run until like I fuck myself up, like running. Yeah, I get really pained and like really fucked up, and then in that moment where I'm really fucked up, I'm running really, really far. I'm really hot and my legs are hurting, and then I have clear mind, and then it's like it's a reset, and then I go back home and I'm like I feel much better about everything now.
It's good.
Because it's like, I don't know.
If I see you running here on the street, I'm going to be okay. He's thinking about something.
Yeah. Because I feel like, I guess it's similar with the fighting. Because like, if you put your body to an extreme with only one goal in mind to win in your case, or in me in my case, to just, you know, run for as long as I can. And like, it's like a one-track mind, then everything else seems unimportant, right? Like you have these big problems. They're not important right now. What's important right now is winning. What's important right now is how much my fucking legs are hurting and how I need to get through this. And then all the other stuff goes away for a bit. And when it comes back, you're like, well, if I can survive that, I can survive these mental problems, can't
Makes
I?
sense.
It's just some fucking mental stuff. It's not even physical. There's nothing. Why am I worried about this? It's just imaginary. It's not even real. You know?
Yeah.
It's so funny when you think about it. Most of our problems are just like they're not even real. Like,
you know what helps me for that? I just remind myself I'm gonna die soon.
Right? Yeah. None of it matters then.
That removes everything. Like shit, it's true. Like nothing really matters. You know, and then we can go deep into that, and you can tell me what you think. You know, like if I say nothing matters, well, pretty much every problem gets, you know, it becomes like a game. Like financial stuff becomes a game, but then it makes other problems arise, which is if nothing matters, then why are you kind to others? Why you want to help others? Right? What's the point? Well, I have something for that. It's basically I decide. That's deep as fuck. But like, I basically decide to live right now.
Yeah.
You see, my status quo is not like I'm living. Therefore, no. It's like I could end myself right now, but that's deep. But I decided to live because I feel like it's worth living with my wife, with my, enjoying time with you. Life is fun, so it's worth living. So so it's really not taboo for me to talk about this. We a couple of years ago, my wife and I, we said, okay, should we just kill ourselves right now? So it's not
right.
Yeah, I'm serious. Yeah. And we're like, you know what? No, it's actually, let's just live it. So that means if I want to live it the most in a positive way as possible, therefore I need to be kind with others, and sentient animals and everywhere. So yeah, that's my life.
I think that's really cool. I connect with that.
I don't express.
No, I don't think it's fucked up. I connect with that because I had a similar conversation with Annie, my partner, recently. Not quite. It's weird. It's kind of similar, but we came to the same conclusion, but from little different paths. With mine, it's more like I kind of had this realization that I'll be dead at some point, and then nothing will matter because I don't believe there's an afterlife, right? So it's like,
how can you if you have any proof? So
right.
So I get, but with this discussion, we cannot have that with religious people, because it's impossible.
Right.
To
obviously,
win. There's.
But it'll be over. It'll be done. Then what the fuck is the point then if nothing matters? And then I realized that actually what matters is it's like selfish. Actually, the way I live is quite selfish. It's quite like, if it makes me happy, I'll do it. If it makes me happy and doesn't hurt others, I'll do it. That's pretty much how I live. And then people would say, oh, well, you know, wouldn't that make, why are you a vegan then if you only care about yourself? Well, because it makes me happy to not abuse animals. It makes me, if I abused animals, I would feel sad.
Yeah.
The difference between me and somebody else who does abuse animals is that they agree, but they trick themselves into thinking that it's not abuse, whereas I see the reality, and it makes me sad to see animals like that. So therefore, I don't want to fund it. I wouldn't be happy by pretending it's not happening.
Right. So that brings the point that I don't think there's anything selfless in life.
No.
Everything is selfish
Everything is
to a certain degree.
Yeah,
Even helping,
100%.
even if you help somebody you don't post on social media, you feel good inside. So
Right.
it's selfish.
Absolutely.
It's very tricky, but it is.
Absolutely, yeah.
So helping, as much as like we're doing a good deed and we're trying to help, animal rights around the world. In a way, it makes me happy. So that's selfish.
Absolutely, yeah. And there's nothing wrong with it. If something's
nothing wrong.
self-serving, like if, for example, I was talking to someone out here and our estate agent, not buying, by the way, I haven't got that kind of money, renting, looking for a place.
He's buying a mansion. I've seen 5-bedroom, 6 toilets, a fucking a man cave.
Yes, I fucking wish, man.
The Patreons. Thank you, Patreon. Fucking,
Oh my god, imagine. But yeah, she was asking what she wanted to do, some like corporate social responsibility stuff, going out helping people and stuff for the company. And I said, you want to do what's best for people and also what's best for your company, because you're trying to make a company look good, right?
Yeah.
I don't see the problem with doing good deeds that are also self-serving. And for people who do think that there's a problem with that, you're complete idiots.
Okay.
Because every single good deed you do serves you in some way, whether it just be like emotionally or even people. Check this out. There was even there's this group, or whatever you call them, project in Haiti, and Haiti's not a nice. It's a very poor. It's the poorest country in the world, right?
Yeah.
And they do like reforestation and clean water for the locals and stuff like that. And they're all foreigners. They're all, most of them, white and from.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
It matters because
Okay.
the locals fucking hate them.
Oh,
right.
shit, okay.
They don't want them there.
Okay.
But they take the clean water. They take they're happy about the trees, but they fucking hate the foreigners because they've got very.
So there's the fact they hate them.
Oh yeah.
Why do you think so?
Culture, and they just got a very, very tight knit, and it's very poor. So they're very,
Okay.
I guess there's some trust being built, but it's difficult because they've been.
I'm sure,
Haiti's been.
there's some relationship.
Haiti's been royally fucked by the West, I'm pretty sure, at some point. So I think it's something to do with that. But anyway, I was asking them because I wanted to go. I was thinking this could be a cool project. I would like to. They said like, they sat me down and said, look, Haiti is all work all day. There's nothing to do when you have a break, and everyone hates you. Okay, they hate you. They don't want you there. They'll take your water, they'll take your food, but they won't look you in the eye and they won't smile at you, and they're not interested in you. Can you handle that? And even that sounds horrible.
But it sounds okay.
But they definitely still have some accomplishment from it. They're still self-serving because yes, the thing is, you're doing this, and what do you tell yourself? Well, they don't appreciate it, but I'm doing something good.
Absolutely.
So you still get the self-serving
I agree with you.
part, right?
Yeah, that's a saint. It's a saint,
saint,
job.
exactly.
It is like a martyr. A martyr. What was the word?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, you're martyring
Am I saying it well?
Martyr, yeah.
Martyr,
Yeah.
So yeah, there's like a good feeling out of it.
Absolutely.
With zero. It's internal. Good
reward,
feeling.
internal reward. You reward yourself. You're like, this is really hard, and I don't get any thanks, but that's why I'm doing it.
But I feel good doing it because, like, exactly. Well,
it's almost like not getting the thanks makes it even better.
Absolutely,
even more good for yourself.
But I'm
such a good person.
What we're saying right now is pure philosophy. There's no such thing as selfless things.
There's no such thing as a selfless good act.
True.
But even though they're self-serving, it doesn't make them wrong.
No, exactly.
It's just like accepting that.
I think there's a view is like if you feel good about doing it, it's like it makes it bad. Like it's not. It's
right.
It's okay. You're allowed to feel good by doing something.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
It doesn't nullify the good act.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or I think, as you've said before.
In back,
just before we started recording again, after the little break we had to take because of the sound, you said that if someone's evil,
if somebody's evil and does something good without knowing it, then it's not self-serving. And so that was, again, we're going deep into philosophy.
But that's the only way it can be a good deed. That isn't, if you don't know it's a good deed.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
Because if you know, you feel good, then it's self-serving.
Absolutely. So that would be the only way, I think. Unless you have another one, guys, tell in the comments. But
this is another way.
But again, just going deeper, if somebody's evil and does something good without knowing it, I know. Yeah, we're back to normal. He does, you're right. It doesn't make sense. But then even if he does something good, willingly, he doesn't feel good about it because he's evil.
Yeah. Potentially, yeah, but then
why would you do it?
Oh yeah, because if he does something good, then it will make him feel bad because he doesn't want good.
Exactly, true. So
that's the only way of doing a good deed without So there you go. You got to be a real piece of shit. Basically, you're gonna be a real asshole.
Chances are, you do something, you're gonna help somebody, you feel good about it.
Yeah, chances are there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
That goes for if you go vegan and you feel good about going vegan. Good, feel good about it. It's okay to be proud of yourself for making a decision. I see some vegans say you shouldn't be proud of that decision.
Really?
Yeah, it's like, oh, you should be proud of it. It's just the basic, what you should do. And it's like, yeah, but in a world where no one's doing it,
Exactly.
you should be proud of doing the right thing, right?
Yeah, I would tend more that way. Like,
Yeah.
there's no. So actually, some people said you shouldn't feel good. It's like status quo. It's a neutral position. Basically.
Right, that's what they say.
Well, okay. Even if it would be neutral position, can't you be happy that you're living a good life?
Exactly.
Like let's say, yeah.
Exactly.
Like it's actually like you're living a positive life. So you shouldn't be happy to live a positive life.
It's so weird. People
it doesn't make sense.
Honestly, dude, like right. So
Sorry.
let's.
So basically, what you're saying is that I'm entering a world right now that it's gonna be mixed and it's gonna be tricky. You've been living this for how long now? You've been an activist for how long?
I've been doing this for a couple of years. Yeah.
I don't know. What's your opinion on like seeing a vegan world?
Oh, I'm pretty.
Or a lifetime.
I don't think in our lifetime.
Pessimistic?
No. Like we're more or less the same age, right? You're
I'm
like
30. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I'm 33 soon.
Okay.
And like, yeah, honestly, I'm more pessimistic. I'm realistic.
Yeah.
But I think what we're doing is still important. It sets the foundation for the ones who will see that vegan world, right? Like, for example, the only reason we are vegan is because the work that people have done before us.
True.
Right? We wouldn't have been vegan if no one ever explained what it was or did the work, right? And it just so it keeps going. I think it might take. I don't know how many generations, but I think it will happen. But I think our job is to build the foundations for it and get as fucking close as we can in our lifetime.
Yeah.
But I think I need to be. I personally feel like I need to be realistic and be like, it's probably not going to happen
in our lifetime
before I die. No,
Yeah.
unless Bill Gates comes up with some fucking thing to keep us living a bit longer. It'd only do that for the rich, obviously. So it wouldn't be me.
I thought you were gonna say unless Bill Gates comes with and like forces upon us, like he forced other things upon us. But again, that would actually not be something I want. Like as much, I want people to do it on a conscious choice, right? Like I don't.
Sure.
I don't want like. They say, "Oh, we're forcing." No, we're not forcing anybody. Like, we want you to decide by yourself that this is the better choice. Like,
well, if you do that, you end up with the same problem with prohibition. Right? You're just going to end up with people getting it another
killing animal on the side or something.
Right? Exactly. Yes. We don't want that shit. We want people to come and have a fucking awakening.
That's why I'm not happy with, and I guess that's where a lot of vegans are actually. They're pro agenda 221, 230, which is
UN stuff. Yeah.
Meat will not be a staple of your diet. It will be an occasional treat, right? But most vegans are happy with that. Like, yes, there's going to be less consumption of meat, but I'm mixed feelings about this because I don't want people to be forced to not eat meat.
Right.
I want them to be kind on their own way, So it's kind of
like I see it as the similar thing to kind of like the segregation laws and other kind of laws that we've had to implement to help people. It's like if you brought some of these laws in at the height of like, so and there was like in the USA, let's say, for example, well, I'm talking about race stuff because that's the only thing I can think of that's like a good example. At the height of racism in the USA, if you'd have tried to say by law that people had to sit next to each other regardless of like ethnicity or had to work together, you'd have had riots.
Absolutely, good point.
But when the majority is like, actually, that's a pretty good idea, then you can force the minority to get on board. Right now, we are not in that position where the majority is on board. There's a tiny minority on board. So if you try and make meat illegal right now, it will help in some way, of course, but there's such a rebellion. There'll be an underground trade. There'll be people fighting over it. There'll be people out in they tried to do it in India. They tried to ban beef. And they've succeeded, but there's constant in some states, but some states have given up.
So in India, there's still cows being killed for meat.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, and buffaloes. And they tried to ban beef, and I don't know about there's some states where it completely failed because of all the protests. This is what will happen if you try to do it in the West, because at least in India, there's quite a lot of people. India probably even has a majority that doesn't want to eat beef.
Yeah.
But the minority is causing so many problems that like they're still struggling to ban it. So imagine what it would be like in a country like Turkey.
It'd be insane.
How the majority, 98% of people don't want it banned. Let's ban it.
Yeah.
You know, even as a vegan, you got to be a bit naive to think that's going to work. That's not going to work.
You've been to India, and I've seen a lot of videos about cows being put peppers in the eyes. Or they're putting cows into baby calf into to pretend like they're to make the mother lactating. So like. I was always under the impression, I've been to India too, but I didn't do the work that you did. I was under the impression that in India they venerate, or what's the word, like in awe of cows. So you're saying that is actually not the case in many
countries. India's one of the largest exporters of beef in the world, and nobody
thinks that, right?
And it's not just from cows; it's also from buffaloes. But a lot comes from cows. They have the biggest dairy industry in the world, I think, and they export the cows. Once the cows are like done, a lot of them will either send them to another country to get them killed for money, or they'll kick them out on the streets because they don't want to look after them.
So it's an illusion that they don't kill them. It's
bullshit.
Wow.
It's bullshit. And
it is, of course. They're not. If they're not vegan, they're hypocrites, and they're wow.
And India has one of the largest, if not the largest, population of vegetarians in the world. Yeah. That's true. So it's not like it's any worse than any other country, but it's certainly not much better.
No,
right?
Of course.
It's not much better than most other countries, but people think it is. And then they go there, and if you spend your time in tourist areas, you probably won't see anything. Just go and find yourself a slaughter area where they're killing chickens and stuff, and then you'll see some of India that you won't see in the brochures, and that's where I spent most of my time there, unfortunately, or working in those areas. Saw some of the things they're doing. They're not worse than what happens in a slaughterhouse in any Western country. It's just that you don't normally get to see it. It's fucking horrendous when you see, like, if you could spend a day in a slaughterhouse, you'd see the same or worse as what you would see on a street in India. It's fucked up.
So it's out in the open.
Oh, completely. Oh, yeah, completely. Yeah. They were killing baby buffaloes completely in the open.
Cutting the throat?
Yeah, pinning them down. I've got
How is that?
Yeah. I've got videos of that. One of my videos actually was used by an organization over in India because it was like so horrendous. We went inside of one of these big slaughterhouses once and saw what they were doing with goats.
Okay.
Again, mostly baby goats, which I know it shouldn't be worse because they're babies. The adults are just as important, but it does hit harder when it's a baby. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, but it's no better or worse than any other country though. This is what people don't seem to realize, that they do it in the street, but it's happening in your fucking country. It's just in a slaughterhouse instead, and you don't get to see it. Mm-hmm. But once you do see it, it'll haunt you for life.
What do you think about? I'm asking you a question now. What do you think about people saying that veganism is a privilege?
Yeah. It's funny because the only people that would say that are the incredibly privileged. Like you never, very rarely do you hear someone who's actually really, really underprivileged saying veganism is a privilege. What you normally hear is some rich Westerner claiming that they are hard done by, and you're just like, fuck off. If someone in India, a developing country, can be vegan, which there are many, by the way, and in other countries as well, developing countries, there are lots of vegans. You sat in fucking Manchester can be a vegan, but what they do is they use poor people as a shield for their own bullshit.
Well said.
Right, that's what they do. So yeah, in some ways, everything everything you do or don't have is a privilege. You could say, us sitting here doing this, we are privileged to do this. Yes, we are.
Yes.
Having this laptop is a privilege. Yeah, okay. Being vegan. In some ways, having vegan cheese, that's a privilege, being able to eat whatever you want is a privilege, but not specifically veganism itself.
No.
Like being able to select what you eat is a privilege that we have, but the people that are saying veganism is a privilege also have the ability to select what they eat.
Yeah. Well,
it's not like someone in the fucking, I don't know, living in some desert is coming online and going, veganism's a privilege. They don't fucking have time for this shit.
They don't have the computer.
They don't have the privilege.
Well said.
And
they can actually be vegan probably because of that, because they actually don't have, it's not... Yeah, they may not be able to buy the vegan ice cream or the new thing. Yeah, that's the privilege of society.
That's one of
Well said.
It's the privilege is to be a vegan. The privilege to be vegan is simply the privilege to choose what you eat. Yes, some people don't have that. Mm-hmm. All right, great.
But like a big variety, like more choice food. Right?
Yeah,
because vegetables and beans is quite easy to get.
Yeah. Exactly. And you know, as vegans, we have to fully appreciate that. Yeah, there are people who live in extremely rural parts of the world that they literally
Don't have a
can't do
choice.
it. Can't do
And
it.
that's a good point. And I'm
Right.
gonna take a note so I don't forget my other thing. But yeah, that's like
Yeah.
like it comes me to the island basically. Like I cannot be mad at somebody that's sorry. Continue your point of thought. I just want to write my
Yeah.
note.
You can't. I guess I'll even finish your point. I think you can't be
Good.
mad at somebody who can't do it. It's that simple. They can't. They if they have absolutely no choice, it's like okay, but that's not. You don't make a fucking YouTube video for those people. Like it's not, those people don't watch YouTube videos because they're busy trying to fucking survive each day. You know, working for what they need to do. There are the kinds of people who don't have a choice of what to eat are the kinds of people that need to go out from morning till night and just slaving away, either working in a job or working the land or working their home or trying to survive. They don't have time to sit online and be like, veganism's a privilege. And we're not trying to go to those places to talk to these people either. We do our own shit. But somebody sat there making a YouTube video or typing up on Twitter. Fuck you. If you've even got Twitter and an internet connection, you're already a million miles more privileged than these people you claim that you're defending or whatever. These people don't give a fuck about Twitter.
And the privilege also is that and I believe the privilege is being being propagated by the governments because there's the subsidies.
Oh,
so
that's
actually
also,
that's the problem. Is like it's not it's not the two guys here talking about being in privilege and whatever you want to call it. If the government would care about health and would actually have compassion, then it wouldn't be a privilege to have all these things because we would have way more variety, like way earlier than right now. Like it would be easier. It would be easier to have more choice. But yeah, the subsidies is pissing me off so much, man. Like when I learned about this, I think it was on one of the Earthling Ads thing. When you learned about the subsidies, like, oh shit, it's true. They give meals to milk to milk to dairy industry just to stay alive.
It's mental.
Yeah, and just add on your thing. Like if I cannot be mad at like somebody out in the island that needs like to, for example, he needs to go fish right now to survive. Because against veganism for me, maybe some people don't argue. Some people actually, I think, would starve before doing anything. And that's
illogical in my opinion.
I think well-being it should be number one. I think we can agree on that. Like our personal well-being needs to be there. I don't know. For now, my position is like, and I hope it never goes to that. But like again, the vegan philosophy is to reduce cruelty as much as practically possible. So therefore, if we follow that logic, we're stuck somewhere on an island. I will not have a choice because my well-being is number one, but I will break my fucking heart.
Of course.
But I don't want to even talk about this, but people need to understand
No,
that. But they think that like, whoa, should we just like, we care. No, I care about my family. I care about my baby. I care about everybody. But right now I'm making choices to not cause cruelty around me.
It's not an unreasonable and irrational thing to do. Like it starts to become unreasonable. If if you said something like, if I was starving and there was only an animal available, I wouldn't eat them, I'd die. Then you're being unreasonable and irrational. Yeah. And I think this is what vegans need to try to move away from.
Okay.
And the image of veganism is that we're all just idiots and we care too much, bleeding hearts. It's like, okay, there's an element of bleeding heart to us, of course, but we don't care so much that we hurt ourselves. I mean, and if you do, then I mean, I'd ask you to reevaluate that, please, because that's don't put yourself through hell and make yourself sick and make yourself unwell, or even die for the sake of trying to be a good vegan, because then you're not doing anyone a service. You're not doing the animals a good service. You might not be hurting.
And that
them.
brings me to another point that what you said, and I want to know what you think about that, because I had a friend that said he was self-described as vegan or whatever. He was plant-based, I believe, because then he said he goes to, let's say, California or a city in the States, and he's like, there's not enough choices, so he ended up eating fish. Right? So that, because I feel like what I just said, right? If we make the parallel on what you said, if people aim on human rights, they don't focus enough on animal rights. Yeah. If we say that it's okay in certain, not it's okay, but if you're saying that like, or just want people to understand what I just described. We're just describing is in dire, extreme, life or death situation.
Yeah.
We're not saying like if you don't have, you go to a restaurant and there's no vegan options.
No.
I want to make it clear, right?
No, yeah, it's like if you've got a problem, medical problem, and the doctor says here this medicine, and you find out
again, I would actually question everything because these doctors have no fucking nutritional.
Absolutely, that's what I'm saying. So you check the medicine, you're like, okay, that's not a vegan medicine. Let me look into what other options there are, right? And then you look into all your other options, and if it comes to the conclusion that there is no other option, take the fucking medicine. This is not unreasonable and irrational. It's not. It's a position where it's like we live in a fucked up world. You're trying to do your best to make it not fucked up, but there are going to be many occasions where it's going to be fucked up and you can't do anything about it. You call a cab comes, leather seats. Technically, you're paying for that cab driver who's gonna. What are you gonna do? Not get in the cab? Get in the fucking cab. Like it's tough shit. You live in an imperfect world.
I respect those that are not. I respect people that wouldn't jump on that. Taxi.
Whatever, go for it. If you want to live in the forest and grow all your own food and all that shit, that's really good. But it's not about. Here's a fucking crazy thought for you, right? This might blow your mind. Instead of looking at each other and other vegans and saying you're not vegan enough, which is what a lot of vegans
which I did recently about the mayor of New York. I said like,
well, that's different. He actually is fucking. He's a bullshit. If someone's chatting shit, right, lying and being a hypocrite, like he went around saying he was vegan and then he was like, oh no, I eat fish. Dude is so fucking rich, man. Yeah. Come on.
So you're talking about diet, like there's no excuse for the diet for these people. Well, you're talking about like other spheres of their life.
What I'm more talking about is like. So with him, he's just full of shit, and I think he deserves to be straight up called out because he lied and he knows what veganism is. Bullshit, okay? His bullshit. But there's other people that genuinely just are not knowing. So for example, if you come across someone, so if someone's living in the forest, right, and they're doing all self-sufficient, self-sustaining stuff, and they look at me and you and they're like, you two aren't fucking real vegans, right? So rather than coming in and being like, fuck you, why not come in and be like you would to a meat eater? Hey guys, I wonder if you'd ever thought about these things. Would you ever consider living in a forest? Here, let me explain. Let me sell it to you.
That's actually the plan, by the way.
Right, exactly. And then we'd say, we're actually trying to set this up. And he or she would say, oh, that's pretty cool. You have a conversation. Yeah. Or that person could come in and go, fuck you two, you're hypocrites. Right. But if we had
how many people is actually helping in the forest? But we actually
that's the whole thing. Yeah. But if this person tried to talk to us and we said fuck you, then that person would be in their right mind to say fuck you, you're hypocrites, and then get angry. So for example, if I see someone eating honey and they're calling themselves a vegan, and if I know them personally, I'm not going to go straight for the throat. I'm going to say, hey, I see you're eating honey. Like, have you heard about the bee industry? And
you talk heard about agave syrup?
Right. And you outreach the same way you would talk to a meat eater. But if they turn around and they're being like, fuck you, I don't care, honey's great, then you can roast them. That's kind of like, I feel like this is important. So with the stuff that we're talking about and these, people making mistakes and people not understanding things, there's definitely room for vegans to be more empathetic and be like, hey, did you know? And if they say, yeah, I did know, then you can be like, well, you're a cunt then.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
It's like,
I agree.
You crossed the line then. Yeah. Like, I knew and I didn't, I don't care. Well, then you deserve to get roasted. But until that point, I think we should try and be more empathetic with each other a little bit more.
That's something I have trouble with. And I think you're right, though. But I have trouble with this because, again, all these documentaries and I see, taking the piglet by the fucking legs and smashing his skull. My wife cried, I know I also cried. So, and so... And then I eat less pork, so watch Dominion and then tell me you eat less pork. It's hard for me to be empathetic. So that's something I'm struggling with.
Totally, man. I struggle with it too. It's hard
because it's like so bad what's happening. And then I feel like if I'm saying it's okay, good on you for reducing your meat, or I don't even want to call it meat. I call it animals because meat. But we spoke about that.
But let's.
But if good on you. But but again, it's like for me, it's the same thing as you're just reducing your rape. So we're kind of stuck in that.
No, I feel you. I know what you mean. You're totally right.
And what does it do? What kind of message is it sending? Right. So it's okay to eat to because I feel like if we're saying to somebody it's okay to reduce.
It's
in my book, they're going to basically stay there for a little while. Of
course they are. So it's bullshit. You tell someone to reduce, they probably won't do anything. You tell them they should go vegan, they reduce.
Yeah.
And then so all we can do is give a firm message. I guess what I was saying is the firm message is great, but I think going into roast mode should only come after some significant attempts at trying to be encouraging, like, come on, man, look what happens, come on. And if they're like, no. And eventually I just fuck you, I don't care. Then it's like, well, then, okay, then we're going to roast them. Like, for example, like Piers Morgan, for example, this guy in England, this TV person, I roast him all the time, right? I'm always roasting him. But then for another example, Joaquin Phoenix, he's riding horses in a movie.
Yeah.
So
this I have a hard time, man.
I'm not roasting him.
I know you did a video on that.
Right.
Good video.
Because he's such a good activist, and I do believe it's just like a blind spot. So I'm like, let's try and.
But by the way, on the Minion, I watched the Minion. So basically, just guys, you understand, like Dave told me about his video, and then I watched the Minion.
Yeah.
And so now I know that he's riding a horse, but he's also the voice on the Minion, which when he was doing the intro, there was horse riding polo. So. What the fuck?
I don't know.
Right? I know. So he's basically talking about this while there's horse being riding on, but he's doing it right now. So
maybe I don't know. Maybe he's edging towards a roast. Maybe I don't know. I feel like it must be a blind spot. That's the only way I can explain it, because it's not like he doesn't know all the other stuff. Maybe this is just something he's not sure about. So I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt before I launch.
Or he's doing something incredibly clever and we don't know. And he hasn't. I haven't seen a picture yet, so if I don't know if it, I didn't see him writing this, because I'm completely against using animals for activities or breeding them for something. It's crazy.
Yeah, man, of course.
Fucking crazy. So
it is crazy with him. Yeah, it is.
I wrote another thing, and I'm gonna get probably some stuff on this. Probably not, because on your channel the people are more understanding. But my baby is 3 months old now, and he's using a vegan baby formula, dairy free. And my wife also had the entire pregnancy vegan, obviously, we didn't tell the people that were checking on the baby that she was having a vegan pregnancy, that she was vegan, because especially in Turkey sometimes we just wanted to avoid the you should, because he's going to be weak or something. Actually, we didn't say anything, and they told her to stop eating. She actually didn't gain weight at all. She was very lean, but she said the baby's actually very big. So on a vegan diet, eating vegetables and stuff, the baby was actually quite, like she said, he's just gonna be a big baby. He's quite tall already. Wow. So like, again,
explain that if it's malnutrition. Explain that, right?
Yeah, he's not. He's very well. He's very wealthy. He's very healthy by default. He's born in a good family, but no.
That's awesome, man.
He's very healthy, and I can't wait to and I wish I had that childhood, but I wouldn't be the activist that I am right now if I wasn't. So again, everything happens well right now, but he's it's gonna be quite interesting to see his life. I'm gonna do my best to tell him what's the world as I see it, and he's gonna make the decision that he wants. But I think it's gonna be hard for him to obviously to be born in a family that's so loving and compassionate, to want to hurt animals. So I think it's gonna be vegan.
You'd hope so, right? You'd hope so, yeah.
Unless he rebels against me and he's like, I want to do the opposite of everything my dad does. I'm gonna do pillow fights. I'm gonna be, but I doubt it. If a child is born is surrounded with love, it's hard to be, obviously he's gonna be.
If he's born into the fucking V tribe sanctuary you want for choice, there'll be no animal products.
Yeah, absolutely true. Yeah,
unless he wants to leave and do his own shit.
True.
Which you'd hope he wouldn't.
You'd
hope he wouldn't. Yeah.
If you're watching this, Captain, we were talking about you when you're a baby, and I have high hopes for you.
Imagine 15 years from now, yeah. This will, I mean, if YouTube is still even a thing, if we haven't blown the world up by then, gone up in a blaze of fire,
it's insane.
We'll see what goes on.
Yeah,
if Putin keeps the nukes in the hangar and doesn't send them off,
or the US doesn't,
or the US,
or anybody, it's impossible to be an expert on everything. So I don't have an opinion on everything. Like we spoke, like I think the best position is like I don't have an opinion on these things. We can be quite knowledgeable on what we're preaching, but it's like life. I did a tweet, or I'm about to do a tweet, like they're lying to you about everything, like everything. And you talked about the doctor here. I thought you were gonna go about. I didn't think you were gonna talk about meds. I thought you were gonna talk about nutrition. You know, like some doctors, like again, they would have told my wife, "You need to eat meat for your pregnancy." Like, what the fuck do you know about health? Like, you're obese and you're malnourished and like you're not healthy. So I'm not gonna take advice from somebody. I wouldn't go for advice. And
Right.
and they have very little, like you said to me, like they have very little amount of nutritional
Doctors,
right? So they don't know nothing.
They don't get much.
They're probably impotent themselves. They're unhealthy. They're miserable. They're depression, like high rates of depression and potential suicide. I don't want to talk over my head, but a lot of depression comes from ER doctors, and they're very so like. Why would I take advice on health? So
right.
Anyway, guys, the question everything. That's the key. But again, then we're fucked because on
question us.
but again, if you question everything, Google it. But then Google's
exactly.
So how
you just got to do
know?
your best, haven't you? You just got to do the fucking best you can. Navigate navigate the world in the best way possible. Like. Yeah, use Google, but be aware that Google's has biases. Try and look for independent sources. Use a different search engine like DuckDuckGo. But even DuckDuckGo just got bought out, and they're not as good as well. I mean, I guess just try and look for all sides. Try and look for as much as you. There's actually an app called All Sides, or a page called All Sides.
Interesting.
That has like all different political angles and stuff like that. I think is helpful, but. Yeah.
So basically, look at all sides with the guiding principles of compassion. I think that's the key. You know.
Yeah, I think so.
So.
And I think we can wrap up there. I think it's a nice place to finish on.
Yeah. So again, thank you for bringing V-Tribe to light.
Masses.
Yeah.
To light.
It's gonna be
to light.
Yeah. We can unplug it afterwards, but it's gonna be big, guys. It's gonna be big, and we have big projects, David and I, to also like to branch out from V-Tribe, which is gonna basically. Help the world, see what's really happening around the world. So we'll do many catch up on this, but it's exciting. Welcome to Turkey.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Awesome.